So to understand the advantages of buying versus leasing, I think the first thing you have to do is look at the strengths of both options. And buying is probably the easiest one to start with because it's quite obvious that owning the asset gives you greater control over your tenure. You're the landlord and a tenant. Naturally, you're investing in your own property when you convert it to a medical centre. So you're investing in your own building and you've got the uplift of the property market. So you're making money not only out of the business, but also out of the growth of that property. Over the long term, the challenges can be that you might grow out of that property and then because you own it, it's harder to move, or you then become a landlord of a property that's vacant where there's no income coming in. So the property ownership piece is something that I think most people aspire to. But what a lot of people don't understand is there's significant advantages with leasing as well. And when you're leasing a property, first advantage you have is you don't have to find the capital or take on the debt to buy the property in the first instance. You can take on a property that might be a little bit bigger than what you need, that you possibly wouldn't be able to afford, because you can negotiate with the landlord to pay a lesser rent, maybe even get some type of financial contribution to help you set up, to fit out the property, or even not pay rent for the first 12 months, which is not uncommon for a medical centre because they tend to take longer term leases. And when you're looking at a lease, the incentive is a percentage of the first term. So with a normal retail business, you might take a 2 or 3 year term and you get a small incentive because it's a percentage of that 3 years. Whereas in medical, it's often 5, 7, or even 10-year term. Therefore, the incentive is financially bigger. So that can reduce some of the risk with getting started. So to reframe both of those, often what will happen is more established clinics will say, look, we've been leasing for a period of time, we're ready to buy, we've got cash flow, we've got patient goodwill, we've got less business risk, therefore we're happy to take on some property risk. Whereas a startup business say, look, we are moving out of our corporate or we're moving into a new location that's foreign to us, we're a little bit unsure of how quick the growth of the business is going to be, how much space we need. They might then say, well, look, we prefer to go down the leasing path first. So I guess to recap, the strength in buying is you own the asset, you get the uplift, and you're renovating your own property. You're the landlord. Whereas on the leasing side, greater flexibility, greater contributions, potentially lower risk with getting established and started.